Hi, I'm Rhea.
And I'm Brandon.
And you're watching
More Love with R&B.
Okay. And last week we gave our review on the new Netflix movie, Fatal Affair.
Yes, we did.
And this week we're actually going to dive into the actual characters of the movie and kind of talk about the relationship, the good, the bad, the indifferent, and how we feel just about the plot of the movie.
Right, so pause. Just so that you are aware, before we get into this, spoiler alert. So we told you. Okay.
Yeah, so we are literally going to talk about the actual movie.
Yes. So if you haven't seen it, go watch it first. Or if you're like me and you don't care about a movie being spoiled, you're going to watch it and enjoy it anyway, then proceed.
Come join us.
Yes.
So one of the main reasons why we wanted to watch the movie is because it had Nia Long and Omar Epps in it. But the second reason why we wanted to watch it is because it portrayed a marital couple who has problems apparently, and it leads to an affair. And so because we are a marriage channel, we wanted to figure out what led to this affair, who was right, who was wrong, how could this have been avoided, yada, yada, yada.
Yeah.
So let's dive right in.
Let's dive right in. What are we talking about first?
We're just going to talk about the list of mistakes that were made.
Okay.
That led to this affair. Affair.
Oh, gosh. Are we going to go there too?
Yeah.
Affair.
So what is your definition of an affair, Brandon?
What is every man's definition of affair? What did y'all do though? Like, that's the definition. You know, oh, well, you know, we just had so many conversations. Did you touch him? Like, no. Did he touch you? No. Oh, well, then we good. Like, I'm saying, I know that's terrible. But that's, you know, we know how men and women are different. But my definition of affair is clearly any kind of emotional or physical entanglement between two people where one or both persons are married to someone else.
So apparently, and we find this out an hour into the movie.
An hour and a half almost.
That Ellie, played by Nia Long, was bored in her marriage.
Well, yes, we find out why like an hour in.
Right.
But right out the bat, we find out that she's bored. And how we find out is she confesses it to David, who she hasn't seen in 20 years and just started catching up with in the first 5 minutes of the movie.
Literally, right away, she begins inappropriate conversations.
Very inappropriate.
So I just have to say this, and you may agree, disagree.
I think you should say it.
Whatever.
I think you should say it.
Because everything is going to stem from this.
Let's go.
This is all her fault.
There it is.
It's all her fault. It's not David's fault. It's not Marcus's fault.
Nope.
It's hers.
No.
She literally started all of the inappropriate, and I have it written down. First error, she opened up about her marriage. Right out the bat, she started talking about intimate details about her marriage and how she's not satisfied and bored and stuff.
Right. Specifically, she said how after 20 years, she feels like she's waking up next to a stranger.
Why would you tell that to somebody you haven't seen in 20 years?
So, let's pause this for a second. 20 years is a long time to have not seen somebody. So, whether you went to school with them or used to work with them, that's all well and good. You might have known them back then. You don't know after 20 years, you might know somebody, but you gotta relearn somebody.
20 years is a lot of time for crazy stuff to happen to a person.
Yeah, just for you to open up and be like, hi, how are you? I haven't seen you in 20 years. I'm unhappy in my marriage. What?
That's exactly what happened.
Who wrote this, dog? No, I would never. Who does that? I wouldn't. Would you do that?
No.
I'm just. Would y'all do that? Would you see somebody you ain't seen for 20 years and be like, hey, this is some personal stuff going on about me? I'd like you to have it.
So, we're specifically talking about the scene where she is at a bar or a club or a restaurant. She's having drinks with David. And up to that point, everything's fine. She wanted to go out with her friend. It looked like she was going to introduce her friend / coworker to David. Her friend bails.
Yep.
Can't make it. Okay. Well, you know what?
Red flag number 1, because now it's a date. Whether you want to say it like that, that's kind of what it is. That's how your husband's going to see it.
Well, maybe. So, to me, I don't feel like that was wrong. I would have told my husband.
So that's kind of where I'm going.
I would have told my husband, hey, look.
She concealed.
Me and my girl are going to meet my old high school, college friend. But she bailed. So I'm just going to have one drink with him and just catch up and see how he's doing. And then I'm coming home. That's what I would have done. She did not do that. She stayed. She had a whole bottle of wine with him. And that's when her husband texts her. So, error number 2, she lies to her husband and says that her friend is there. Courtney says hi. Courtney's there.
What?
So we already know that she is having ill intentions.
She's in the wrong.
Being with this guy, David.
Yep. So
all her fault. This is all her fault.
Yeah. So let's go. What's the next thing that she did that was wrong?
The next thing that she did was she didn't stay home. I mean, she didn't go straight home. She left the restaurant / bar and went out dancing with this dude.
I'm gonna say that they just met. Because I get it. It was 20 years. Apparently, they weren't even cool 20 years ago.
She didn't.
They knew about each other, but they weren't, like, close. They didn't date beforehand. It's not like, oh, well, we dated for, like, a year, and then 20 years went by. And
she don't know this guy.
No, you don't know anything about this guy.
And so the fact that she left the place that her husband knew she was at to go somewhere else.
And there's no way she told him.
To dance. And, like, this isn't just...
Yeah, like this is
like they dancing.
This is bumping,
okay?
Bumping and grinding, man. So, one of the things that I liked about that scene is I feel like movies are very intentional. I'm sorry, cinematographers are very intentional. So, they're standing at the bar talking and they're taking shots. And you initially think he took a shot, she took a shot. That's pretty much it. When he's like, yo, let's go dance, they walk away from the bar towards the dance floor. The camera pans down and watches them walk away, and then you see like maybe six shot glasses. I was like, wait a second. So they've had multiple shots.
A whole bottle of wine, several shots, and now she's dancing up on this guy, and it gets heated.
Very much so.
So then she's like, I can't do this, and she runs off the dance floor. So we think, okay, finally she's gotten it together, she's gonna leave. So he chases after her, goes to the bathroom. Things get a little crazy. And she don't stop him. She allows all of this to happen in the bathroom. Now it's kissing, a little bit of touching.
Clothes kind of
He does
open.
take a little clothes, whatever. But then she stops it there. Okay? And she's like, I cannot do this. I am married. You need to leave me alone.
Well, hold on. Let's be very adult about this. Her shirt was open. His shirt was open. His pants were coming down. He was reaching in to now go like that. So I just want to make sure we're clear about that's how close it was. It wasn't like they were just
he actually took her underwear off.
Yes, thank you. That's what I wanted to say.
Her underwear was literally
like it wasn't just like this was some heavy petting situation.
No,
like,
they were about to go.
This was. I mean, I don't want to do that, but like it was super close to the time when intercourse was about to
take place in this public bathroom.
Yeah, on the sink, which is gross. But either way, that's how close it was. Sorry.
So, of course, that's error number
whatever.
4.
We've lost track at this point.
So
she stops him.
She stops him, says this was a mistake. I need to leave, yada, yada, yada. So she leaves. Gets home, and she does not tell her husband what happened. That's the next error. If you make a mistake, you had too much to drink, things have gone too far, confess right away because your sins will find you out. Mm-hmm. And the longer you lie and put it off, the more compounded it is going to get. And she did not do that. Mm-hmm. So then the next scenes are what I think he calls her or they meet up or something like that.
He's texting her
and she admitted, look, that was something that I needed for me. I needed to feel good. Jada.
Stop.
But no, I don't want to do anymore. And she didn't take into account who he was, what he needed, what he wanted any of that. She took what she needed, her little fun, her little excitement that was missing from her life. She admitted that she had the perfect marriage, the perfect house, the perfect job, the perfect daughter, the perfect life, but she was a bit bored. She took a little bit of excitement by going far with this guy, and then once she had her excitement, she stopped it at the door, and she wanted him to immediately stop, not thinking of any consequences. Her fault.
Yeah, I agree. And I feel like one of the things that I feel like is inevitable in a movie like this is, it's called Fatal Affair. So you know things are going to get a little crazy. But her absolute ignorance to, how is this happening? Why, like, yo, you failed to be patient. Like, in any relationship, you don't meet anybody in the world, do you meet somebody and be like, hey, here's some personal stuff. Like, you don't just open up right away. So you failed to do what just every normal person does, and now you're shocked. Like, you can't...
That you're involved with this crazy person.
Like, you can't control... Like, that's why people don't open it right away, because you can't control what happens if you do. Like, you can't control it. And this is the worst case scenario, is a crazy person.
So I was going to say that another error was after all of this went down, David starts dating her friend Courtney.
Sorry.
He comes to their house, introduces himself as if he doesn't know Ellie.
He comes to Ellie
and Marcus's house as Courtney's date.
In the midst of all him trying to text and call, be like, "Yo, I'm sorry. Let's work it out. Let's figure it out."
Yeah, he decides because he can't get in contact with Ellie, she blocked his phone, all this other stuff, that he's now gonna date her best friend. They get invited to Ellie's house, and now David is like, "Hey, how you doing? My name is David," and she just lets it go. I would have been. That is another opportunity where you can call him out and say, you know what? I cannot let this go. I need to bring all this to the forefront. I'm sorry, Courtney. I'm sorry, Marcus. This is my longtime friend. This is a guy that I known from college. He now works at the place that I worked at. Something happened. I have been trying to get him out of my life. Let me show you the text messages. Let me show you that I made a mistake, but I'm trying to rectify it. Yeah. And this is where it's going. She didn't do none of that. I appreciated the husband's, like how he reacted to the whole situation. He was mad, but he wanted to keep everybody safe, and and so I appreciate that. And when it comes to marriage and relationships, yes, people are going to make mistakes. That's why we vow to do this for better or worse. There are going to be times where you do a major slip up. There's going to be a time where I'm doing a major slip up. Whenever we sin against our spouse, whenever we wrong our spouse, we need to be man and woman enough to admit it. And when we finally do admit it, instead of just beating the other person down for doing something wrong, how can we fix this though? Like, let's just go, let's try to rectify the situation.
Right.
And so he did whatever he could. So I had to give mad props to Marcus. The reason why we wanted to do this, because as it pertains to relationships, and we did a video a couple of weeks ago on Will and Jada's entanglement. When you decide to entangle yourself in situations, when you decide to be selfish enough to open up the door to someone else, things are going to get messy. And unfortunately, this is a portrayal of what mess looks like.
The whole movie is a mess.
It really is.
The whole movie. First 10 minutes, just a mess.
The whole movie was a mess. Another little golden gem that we want to share is that, and so changes in your marriage, ups and downs, ins and outs. If you're starting to feel some changes towards your spouse, things are getting boring, or things are getting a little tense, or whatever it is, share with your spouse how you're feeling, because these issues and stuff shouldn't just come out of nowhere and hit your spouse blindsided. Like, you did all of that? I didn't even know you was that happy.
Right.
Like, if I would have known, then I could have done something. I don't know. But she didn't even give him an opportunity. So, yeah, we don't want you guys to go through any kind of craziness. I mean, I'm sure this is like a dramatization, but Things happen when you're not honest with your spouse. Things happen when you are selfish in your marriage. And things happen when you bring other people into your marriage that should not be there.
Facts, babe. Facts. Drink to that.
So
we hope you liked this video.
Mm-hmm.
If you did, give it a thumbs up. And we really hope that you guys would subscribe. And when you subscribe, don't forget to hit the bell.
Yay!
Make sure those post notifications are on so that you can be notified whenever we do drop a video. You will be
notified.
And you can see it right when it comes out. Let us know if you guys have seen this movie. Again, we might be tripping, and that's fine. You know, maybe we did not see the writer's intention. Maybe there's something we missed. I can't imagine what that would be. But, you know, if you agree or disagree, go ahead and put it in the comment section. Let us know what else you caught, because there were a few things that we caught that we didn't share just for the sake of time. But let us know what else you caught in regards to Ellie's behavior, David's behavior. I don't know. Like, let us know what else you saw in the movie. And let's just chop it up in the comment section.
Yeah, and if there's any other relationship movies that you would like for us to view and talk about here on this channel, definitely leave it in the comment section below.
Do that, please. So, thank you guys so much for watching. If you haven't seen Fatal Affair, just for the fun of it, go watch it. Grab some popcorn, grab a drink.
Laugh or whatever.
Yeah, get ready to laugh your head off. Maybe. If you're into thrillers, get ready to scream, I guess. I don't know. But go watch it. It's still good to see Omar Epps, Nia Long. Don't know if you guys will ever see this video, but we love you guys. So, anyway, thank you all for watching. We appreciate it.